Hello and welcome to Stocks Advisor channel. Here at our channel we are looking for interesting buy opportunities for US-based stocks. Today we'll have a look at DSS, document security systems. Document security systems has shown today incredible volatility and actually very interesting pattern combination, which is like a big bang situation when all three moving averages touch each other in one day. These are like moving average 200 red line, moving average 50 blue line, and moving average 20 the green line. Here on the left you see the depiction and explanation for those. So today we saw this situation and all three moving averages are touching each other, which caused enormous volatility because both bears and bulls were very optimistic. At the end of the game we see that seems like it's a white candle ending here that looks like bulls have won, but actually it's more bearish candle. And to understand this, let's first look at the general trends we have here, and then we can see why it is more bearish than bullish today, although still opening some interesting opportunities. So after having this famous COVID depth, which is very interesting, that for every stock around 17th of March, we have a situation with an incredibly deep go down then reversal. Here we had some catalyst situations, so we had this extremely high volatility, and then the COVID news cut it just to return to the previous situation, and then it started extremely volatile waves. If you look to some more general trends here, we see clearly two trends here. So there is one, I call it fast trend, this one, the green line, and then there is a slower trend formed. You can see it's actually this trend. So there are like two trends, and the fast trend ended about 12th of May, and then you see that it slowly went to the slower trend. Let's put it in green, this one, which was confirmed several times. So the fast trend started at 16th of May, then it was confirmed April 7 to 10, then it was confirmed 20th of April. Then it had some serious check at about beginning of May, and then trend didn't confirm, so this classical wave up down, and then we go to another trend. So this was trend 1, and now we have this trend 2, and in this trend 2 that started of 20th of April, it was confirmed at the end of May here, and then seems like it was again confirmed last 3 days in a row, although more looked for me like the kind of end of oscillation and really trying to pierce it down. But today, because this big bang, like all three moving averages touching each other, we had incredible volatility. So then the question is, what can we expect next, and what could be the future of it? So, except those positive trends, there are also negative trends which we need to note here, and this is like a very, very, very long trend here. It's based on some maximum jumps of shadows, so it's like a wavy trend. Little bit you cannot really draw the clear line, but you can see it's also coming. And you also can note here that actually the volatility goes between these two trends. So this was trend 2, and this is a negative trend. Let's call it trend 3. So now entire game will go between trend 3 and trend 2. So what we can observe here, we can still see some volatility here. The stock will oscillate, and then the question will be really, will it go high, causing another trend up, or will it really go down then and causing some downtrend? Well, both scenarios are possible, but I would say more possible that it will still go down. The reason is that there are a lot of resist lines accumulated actually at these levels. Like you can see this one that was tested today and didn't work, and then we had really big pullback. Another resist line is formed here. So still, as I said, volatility is still possible between trend 3 and trend 2. But be mindful that there are strong echelоnated resists, and if you want to play high, you still need to pass those, and this would become quite difficult. Actually, today we observed At these levels, even double resist here. It's a continuation of trend 3 and the new resist line, as well as support here at the trend 2 line. So it was really fighting between two resists and supports. Now let's look at today's candle. This candle is white, but it's more bearish than bullish because it has incredibly long shadows, and the shadow upwards is bigger than the shadow downwards, meaning that, so this is the upward shadow and this is down shadow, and the high shadow is bigger, meaning that the price during the day moved up, but then bears were able to push it down actually, when the potential of bulls to return the price is quite small. It's smaller than what bears has done today. Bears has done, and meaning that overall, although bulls won, so the candle is white or green, in general, it seems like their strength is higher. So tomorrow it still might be interesting bounce play. I usually don't do it, but some people like this, so you can do kind of rodeo or casino style. But overall, seems like it's becoming more and more bearish. Also, another indicator that allows to think so is this situation with RSI. After having maximum at around April 20 and touching overbought zone, it's constantly nicely going down with some volatility here. So probably the trend will continue, because usually you have these big waves from oversold situation, like about February 12, you go up and then you go down. So you still need to reach that area. It could be with some waves, but it should go there. This is one thing. Another thing, if you look at the Divergence Convergence Index, MACD, it's making these classical waves indeed, up, down, up, down. Now we had this decline of the trend at 14th of June of trend 3 worked as resist. We had a maximum here on the wave, then another small maximum here, and then we go down. Actually seems like we make a wave today, being volatile here, but we should be careful, because if the wave will go up here just on volatility in the price, so and without dragging price that high, it will mean that we will slowly develop a positive wave while doing volatility in price. And positive wave on MACD usually is preparation for big downtrend, so then it hits down. And if this happens, like situation that happened at 27th of April, you see the price was dragged up, and then we have this wave which pulled actually down here. So this can appear, and yeah, be careful again. You can play on the volatility, but overall, I would say after having series of rebounds, most probable it will go down. If this would be happening, not given that it will happen, but if this will be happening, it will open interesting buy opportunities. People always asking, why are you so negative, or like expecting downtrends or predicting them? Well, I'm not predicting them. I'm just expecting, because if this happens, it's a very safe situation. So I'm trying to predict the safest to buy and to sell based on possible combinations of outcomes. And that's how we made the trade. So again, having said that, if we have the downtrend here, we will have some interesting buy options, and those would be these levels. So this will be level 1 and level 2, and this will open for us like box 1, box 2. I don't think we will even go to box 2. Box 1 most probably, and also you can play a little bit here at the 0 area, especially when it will touch this support 1 line. The price, there could be some volatility and some bouncing effects. I usually don't do it, but some people like it, and if you do, mind some funds to have average down if possible. Piercing down will appear here, and then reversal should take place. Once this takes place, the best selling line would be actually at these levels. This will become a very strong resist. Let's call it resist 1. So at those levels, then it will be nice to sell. Very interesting situation actually. All three moving averages coming together, but not allowing us any predictive analysis on those. But still, we see the very nice flag forming. Overall, more bullish based on candle combinations on short term, and more bearish and more bullish on the midterm. So let's say in a couple of weeks, this would be very nice stock to buy, I think. Having said that, that's all for DSS, and thank you for watching. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel.